O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News. Monday, February 10th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Well, in the chaos, is that the right word, of Super Bowl weekend, you might have missed my new column we posted late Saturday night called Blitzkrieg. It's a military term about President Trump's executive orders. BillO'Reilly.com has it. You don't have to be a member. You just go there and read it. I think you'll like it. Then the message of the day is my post-Super Bowl analysis. Same thing, BillO'Reilly.com. Just go there. There it is, and no strings attached. So I hope you read them. Let me know what you think. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, BillO'Reilly.com. So the talking points memo is about President Trump, who had a very busy weekend. I mean, this guy, talk about the Energizer Bunny. So we enter week 4 of his administration today, right? And there is a new CBS poll out. Poll is fairly simple. Approval ratings. So Donald Trump, 3 weeks after he took office, 53% approval. Compare that to Biden, pretty much same time frame, 4 years ago, 57. Obama, 66. George W. Bush, 57. All right. So Trump's holding his own because of all of those men, he has caused the most trouble. Is that the right word? All these executive orders, more than 200 executive orders in 3 weeks. So, like that, but he's still above water as far as public approval. I found this interesting in the poll. 70%, those queried by CBS, and that was 2,175 adults. 70% say Trump's keeping his campaign promises. 59% approve of Trump's deportation operation. 66% said the administration has not focused enough on lowering prices. And the majority described Trump as tough, energetic, on and on and on and on. On the price front, pretty hard in 3 weeks to drive down prices of anything. Now, I don't know whether the president will be able to do that or not, because once a business charges you something, it does not like to cut it. Now, gas is an exception to that because the gas floods the market, and, the prices can fluctuate up and down fairly quickly, but food, a little harder. So the restaurants have to make new menus, all of that, and they don't want to do that. And the grocery stores they have some room. But now we got the bird flu with the eggs, and it's always something, as Rosanna Dano once said. But all in all, Trump has done pretty well in perception. It's important. In perception, the first 3 weeks, because we don't know how all of this is going to play out. My job is to indicate it, how it might, and I will tonight. Now, let's go to this Super Bowl where Donald Trump showed up, the only president ever to attend. Well, it was like he wasn't there. You didn't see him because Fox Sports didn't want him. And not only didn't Fox Sports want him, it didn't want Taylor Swift either. Now, let me back that up. So the pregame festivities were 5.5 hours long. If you sat through that without going insane, you are really a strong person. 5.5 hours of nothing. Nothing. Yet, Fox Sports could only give an interview with Donald Trump 7 minutes. Okay, 5.5 hours, 7 minutes. Now, when I interviewed Barack Obama, first time around live at the Super Bowl, 15 minutes. And I had to fight for it. Fox Sports they don't want politics. They don't want it. Okay? So I remember the brawl. I said, I'm not even doing it unless I get 15 minutes. And this wasn't a prima donna. It's just that I had a good interview with Obama. And then I did another one. I got about 15. And then the Trump one was a little less. I think it was 12 in 2017. But we had to fight for the time. But obviously, the interview with Trump this time around, it was like but I couldn't believe it was so short in a 5.5 hour window. Here's what he said in that interview that made some news. Go.
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Now, he's right. And this isn't a partisan analysis, but it's just the numbers. So Canada benefits tremendously from trade with the USA because it's not balanced. Mexico benefits more. Listen to this. So Mexicans working in America, legally and illegally, send back at least $65 billion to their family in Mexico. That's according to the Central Bank of Mexico. And then you add to that almost $200 billion trade deficit. And you can see the dollars going into Mexico, but they're not coming back. And Trump is right, going, we're subsidizing those two countries. We have to even it out. You see, it's just math. Okay. Now, Canada, the 51st state. Not going to happen. Sorry, you MAGA people. Sorry. There's no way on earth that happens because there's no mechanism for it. So, are we going to invade Canada? Are we going to have U.S. troops seize Ottawa? No. Is the United Nations and every other country on earth going to recognize us? No. We would be an outlaw. We would be Putin. No, that's not going to happen. Now, it's conceivable that the Canadian people themselves might vote and say, yeah, we'd like to be part of the USA, but I don't think that's happening. I don't think the vote will even take place, and is what, 40 million Canadians? I don't think most of them want to be Americans because of the health care. So it's socialized medicine in Canada. Each Canadian gets about $5,000 of free health care a year. Yes, it's a mess. Yes, you got to go to Tampa if you want a knee replacement. We all know that. But there's almost $200 billion spent on healthcare alone for the 40 million Canadians. USA is going to adopt that? No, we don't have socialized medicine here. And that's just one of 1,000 cultural differences. So there is not going to be. And I get a lot of mail from Canadians. I understand, but don't worry about it. It's not happening. Here's what will happen. Better trade deals for the USA. It's going to happen, okay? Tougher border protections for Canada is going to be toughen it up. Will happen. I don't know to what extent, but it will. And finally, Canada will have to pay more to NATO for defense, which it should. So that's the end game for Donald Trump, and that's the memo. All right, one more footnote. I love this about Trump and Taylor Swift at the big game. So FaceTime, camera time. Donald Trump got 19 seconds in addition to the interview. I mean, this is just cutaway shots. In the pre and during the game, 19 seconds. How much do you think Taylor Swift got? Come on, take a guess. 17 seconds. Trump got 2 seconds. Well, that's nothing. Commentators didn't say anything. It's obvious Fox Sports said, we don't want any of this. Okay, it's their ball game, pardon the pun. The game was terrible. And I felt bad for Patrick Mahomes because you can't throw the ball with giant men hitting you in the head after 3.5 seconds. Now, why Andy Reid didn't have Mahomes roll out and throw quick, I don't know. In the second half, they started it, but come on, Andy, you could see it. It wasn't going to get any better. I'm sorry for the inside sports stuff, but I felt sorry for Patrick Mahomes. He's a great quarterback. Didn't deserve what happened to him. All right, enough of the Super Bowl. Let's go on to the tariffs. So today, Donald Trump announced 25% tariffs on aluminum and steel. All right, I'm going to break this down so even I understand it. We buy steel and aluminum from Canada, number one, Mexico, number two, the United Arab Emirates. I did not know that. Number three, and Brazil, number four. Okay? They send their aluminum and steel here, but they don't take U.S. aluminum and steel there. So Trump says, okay, you pay us 25% of the perceived value of your product, which we make anyway. They're not going to say it. We're going to make the value until you start taking our stuff. That's it. That's it. Okay. Many of us are trying to get our finances in order to start the new year right. And that's great news for homeowners. Interest rates have dropped and are now in the fives. So if you've been burned with high interest rate credit card debt, it's time to break free. American Financing can help you access the cash in your home to pay off your high interest debt. Last year, their salary-based mortgage consultants helped customers save an average of $800 a month. That's like giving yourself a $10,000 raise. What a way to start the new year. And if you begin today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. So please call American Financing today, 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. AmericanFinancing.net. Okay, got a brand new YouTube thing going on. We're trying to reach 1 million subscribers. It is absolutely free. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. We're trying to reach 1 million by Easter, and we're doing well. So tonight we're talking about ethnic cleansing, the accusation against President Trump that he is trying to ethnic cleanse the Palestinian people. This is so far, but you're going to like my analysis, I think, because the media is participating in the accusation. And that's what I can do on YouTube. I can take one subject and then run with it. And that's what we do. Okay, so I hope you check that out. Let's go to the mail. Glenda on the message board. Regarding to President Trump's comments on Gaza, I think he should have spoken more succinctly. Did sound like he was saying the USA would take over Gaza. I knew it wouldn't, but that's what he wanted to imply. That's a fair assessment. Donald Trump knows that the United States is not taking over Gaza. Okay, he knows it. And the primary reason is that the other Arab countries are not going to take the 2 million Palestinian refugees, the Gazans. They're not. Because it costs a fortune to do that, even though they would get money from around the world. He's not going to do it because it would create so much chaos for Egypt and Jordan. Jordan leader is in D.C. now. They make some kind of accommodation, but I doubt it. I don't think you're going to see these refugee camps so that the infrastructure can be rebuilt. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't object to the philosophy of doing that, but I don't see the Arabs. The Arabs have never stepped up, ever, to help other Arabs. DeWitt. I don't know what is more entertaining, watching Trump's frantic pace of activity or watching the left go apoplectic with every new edict. They must be exhausted. Yeah, but they like it. They like this. The left likes to, yell and scream. I told you. Leland Pike, Ekron, Kentucky. Bill, you said CBS was in big trouble for editing the Kamala Harris interview. Turn it around, and you said what CBS did was not illegal. Then why would they be in big trouble? Because of the perception that CBS News is unfair, Leland. Americans don't like that. Why do you think all the networks are going down the drain? Why? Because most Americans say, this is the fix is in. I'm not going to watch this. Only zombies watch what fake news. Let's just use that. Fake. Only zombies watch it. Fair amount of people don't watch it. That's why they're in trouble, because that's a perception that their fix is in at CBS to the left. Jay Puckalevets, Simi Valley, California. Bill, the radio station in San Francisco, KCBS, not only puts ICE agents in danger, but civilians with the same kind of vehicle the agents have. Very good point. Excellent point. And KCBS is in trouble. Rick Smith, Corinth, Mississippi. Bill, please tell us who is paying for all of the security surrounding the Super Bowl. Hopefully not taxpayers. Rick, who do you think's paying for it? Come on. Of course the taxpayers paying for it. That's Homeland Security funds, that's Secret Service funds, State of Louisiana funds. Who else would pay for it? Jerry Smith says, I'm awesome. Thank you, Jerry. Albuquerque, New Mexico. I know Gavin Newsom is a politician, but it seems shameless for him to pass a anti-Trump bill while asking the president for more money. We're going to do this tomorrow, Jerry. I mean, really, it takes cojones to do what Newsom's doing. We're going to do a California thing tomorrow. Gisela Holt, St. Joseph, Michigan. With President Trump just signing all these executive orders, can they just be undone by the next administration? Yes, of course. Certainly. Unless the next administration is Republican, then they won't. That's what Trump is doing. He's undoing all of Biden's executive orders. William Cook, Central Square, New York. I've been following you, O'Reilly, for the entirety of my adult life. I now have my children watching the No Spin News. Currently, we are reading Confronting the Presidents and have already pre-ordered Confronting Evil. Excellent. Okay. My 9-year-old stepson needed to work on improving his reading, so we tried Confronting the President, as he's highly interested in American history, and we have quickly saw an improvement. He's that interested in the book. Good. 9 years old. Excellent. Okay. Before this, his first read was A Bold, Fresh Piece of Humanity about me growing up. That's a book. If you haven't read it, you might check that one out. That's funny. Anyway, look, William, I appreciate the support from you and the millions of other people all around the world who find us worthy. I got the book sales today on Confronting the Presidents, and more than 400,000 copies sold. And we're 21 weeks, consecutive weeks, on the New York Times bestseller list. So there's a reason why. And I'm so happy that the urchins are liking the book. You read that book, Confronting the Presidents. It's not just about the presidents, but it's about the history of the country, the whole arc. I mean, you'll have a good grasp from 1776 to 2024, because we do write about Trump and Biden. Confronting Evil, I'm just editing it now. Oof, I don't know, it might be too much. I don't think so. I think everybody's going to be able to absorb it. But boy, oh boy, is there information here that you have never heard about people you think you know. Okay, I'd like you to go and get the Not Woke gear. I love it. They just sent me some hats. I'll get a picture of me wearing a hat. We got the polos, and they're good, and the t-shirts, they're the hats, and the mugs and the bumper stickers. So what I'm trying to do here is launch a wave of Not Woke, a populist wave across the country and the world. And you send a message, we don't want this. Okay, this is phony garbage. That's not fair, hurting everybody, including children. We're not woke. And the way to do it is to just, wear the gear. But you do it with humor. Okay, and you'll make new friends and have some nice conversations, I hope. Where today do not be a rapscallion, R-A-P-S. Rapscallion. R-A-P-S. A rap. R-A-P-S-C-A-L-L-I-O-N. Rapscallion. Don't be one. Back in a moment. Ivermectin It's a name you've heard of, but forget the noise. This is about access to the medications you and your family really need. If you've had trouble getting it, you're not alone. That's why you need to check out All Family Pharmacy. As a licensed pharmacy in Florida, they make it easy to get ivermectin, mebendazole, and other medications that have become far too difficult to access. They'll provide the doctor's prescription, handle the whole process, ship it right to your door. It doesn't get much easier than that. Preparedness is not a luxury these days, it's a necessity. So don't wait for the system to crash down on you. Go to their new website, allfamilypharmacy.com/bill. Use code BILL10 for 10% off your order. Be proactive, take control, make sure your family is ready for whatever comes next. Last year, investors scored the highest profits in decades. Unfortunately, the rest of us were held back by stacks of bills and credit card debt. Well, Done with Debt has found a solution. They created a brilliant new strategy designed to tackle debt, put cash back into your hands, so you can finally save, invest, and live your life in comfort. Done with Debt goes head to head with credit card and loan companies. Their team of negotiators and legal experts work to significantly reduce your bills, eliminate interest, and erase penalties. Bottom line, Done with Debt helps turn crushing debt into financial freedom. But some of their strategies are time sensitive, so please don't wait. Get the life you deserve. Visit donewithdebt.com. Talk with one of their strategists, absolutely free. Visit donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. Okay, final thought of the day. We live in confusing times, and the reason is that bad people, and we got plenty of them here in the USA. I mean, that's why I wrote Confronting the Evil. I'm showing you the top of the chart there. No politics in a book, by the way. I'm showing you the top of the chart of the bad people, but we have lots of bad people in America. And they advance their own cause by creating confusion. That's how you advance it. And people don't know what to think because they hear this, they hear that. Now, I'm in business for one reason only, not money. Guy got enough money, all right? Is to cut through that confusion and to tell you the truth based upon facts. So you can fact check me. Now, if you are a concierge member to BillO'Reilly.com, you can get a transcript of every single thing I say. That's a big, if you're really interested in your country, in the world, okay? And premium membership is one low. Below that, you get lots of perks there as well. But what I'm finding is that people who are casual viewers of the No Spin News and listening on our 300 radio stations, they are very, very confused about what is true, what isn't true. Because, and President Trump's a good example. When he does something, many times he does not explain it in a micro way like I do. So tonight we went over tariffs, we went over South Africa, we went over how corrupt the agencies are and why they got there. Trump doesn't do that. He just throws the grenade out there. Now, when you are non-specific about what you're doing, your enemies then can take it out of context and say ethnic cleansing, dictator, Hitler. And when they do it all day long. You've heard it. But what you, as an American citizen who loves him or her country, you want truthful information. That's what we give you. You know, when I see the premium membership, we are surging in that. But there's always a column about people who, we have an 85% retention rate. So 85% of our premium and concierge members re-up. But I'm always going on 15, unless you're dead or in a coma. Why would you want to be out there on your own without us helping you? I just don't know. Anyway, we appreciate you watching and listening to the No Spin News, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.